So when we lift an object, apart from this, when we open the door or close the door or open the door. So in opening the door, when we open the door, in this case we are pushing the door to inward the hole. When we are closing the door, we are closing the door towards us. In this case, pulling inward. When opening the door, it is nothing but pushing. So altogether, in all the cases, whatever the case we take in our day-to-day activities, pushing or pulling, either pulling or pushing involved, whatever the case we take. So from that we can make a conclusion. What is the conclusion we made here? So here a push or pull called as force. Now in all the cases, are we really experiencing the force? Are we able to experience the force? We are able to experience the force, but unfortunately we are unable to see how the force is appear to us. Really, it is not appear to us, but we can experience the effects of the force. What are the forces we are acting? Forces involving in our day-to-day activities. So just now we told force is nothing but a push or pull. So force has its effects. We can experience its effects, but we cannot see the force, the same force. Here, what are the effects we can experience for a force, any force we can, if you take. For example, a vehicle is moving on a road on its way to reach its destination. Unfortunately, it is meeting an accident with another vehicle which is stationary on the road. So now that vehicle is going to be hit to that vehicle which is stationary on the road. Now what are the chances we can guess in this case? What are the possibilities? So after meeting an accident, what will happen to that car? So what are the possibilities here in this case involved? So what are the possibilities here? Yes, the car may be damaged without beyond its recognition. One of the cause. Apart from this, it damaged beyond recognition. It may damage. Apart from this damage, what is the possibility to that accident? So that car may change direction from its original direction. Actually, if it is going in this direction, it may change its direction like this, or else any other direction apart from its original direction. So changing, damaging to the car and changing its direction. Is there any chance? Other chances? Yes. So as it is moving towards that stationary vehicle, it may be stopped after going to the accident. After accident, it may stop due to the accident. So first one is it is changing shape. Changing shape is here nothing but it is damaging now. This vehicle is going to be damaged. So it is going to be changing shape. So other changing its direction on its way from its original way to other way, it is going to be changing its direction. So other way, it is going to be stopped here. So since initially it is a moving object, now it is going to be stopped here now. After accident, it is going to be stopped. Now what happened to the stationary vehicle here in this case? What happened to the stationary object here? Yes, this stationary object may move further as it is colliding with this vehicle. This vehicle already which is at stationary, which is at rest, this vehicle may in motion. It undergoes a motion. So these are the effects we can observe. So what are the effects? So the force may stop the moving object, it gives a motion to a stationary object. So it changes the direction, it changes the shape of the object. So these are the effects we can experience. Now we will discuss the types of force. Types of the force. Now let us take two objects here. Now a ball is on the floor. Now we are hitting this ball. Here we are hitting the ball. Now what happened to this ball? If we hit the ball, so this will displace. So here an interaction is going to be takes place between the man and the ball. Here the force is being applied by this man and the force is being applied onto the ball here. So here interaction is going to be taking place here. So here there is interaction between two objects. The person who is applied force here and the force being applied on that object. Here its interaction is going on. So depending upon the interaction, we can classify the types of force into two categories. Mainly two categories. One is contact force. In the name itself it suggests there is a contact force which suggests contact. So there is a contact between these two objects here. Here man is the person who is applied force here. Here the object is being applied that force. So here contact is going to be taking place. So here contact force. Here, for example, if we take a magnet here, magnet. So let us assume bar magnet which is consisting North Pole and South Pole. So around this bar magnet there exists a field, invisible region. That region is invisible, but a magnetic substance we place. If you place a magnetic substance into the field of this magnet, then this magnetic material will experience magnetic force onto that object by the magnet here. Now without there being any physical contact. Here in this case there is no physical contact. Here direct contact is there. Here there is no physical contact. Without any physical contact here, this magnetic substance is being attracted towards that object without any physical contact. So that is what we are calling as non-contact force. Here without any contact, here physical contact is there. So depending upon the interaction between two objects with regard to force applied, we can classify force into two types, mainly contact forces as well as non-contact forces. And again, contact forces we can classify into four categories. Those are first one muscular force, normal force, tensional force as well as frictional force. These four are comes under contact forces. Why? Because muscular force is we are using as a human being. We are all having muscular force. With our muscles, we will exert some force on that object in order to carry out our daily works. Next, normal force. For example, on a table, an object is there. Of course, we know that every object have some weight. That weight force here, weight is also here on force. So here it is acting downwards. Since the object is on the desk, it is occupying some space on the desk. So a force will develop between this object and the table. Here this object is occupying some surface. So with the surface, a normal perpendicular force is developed here. That is called a normal force. A normal force is always perpendicular to the surface where the object is existing. Okay. So in mathematics we could use the term normal. In physics also we will use the word. So here normal force. So normal means in generally we will use the word normal, general. Here in our physics we will use perpendicular. In mathematics also we will use the same term, perpendicular. So here normal force and tensional force. For example, if you take a ceiling, for example, ceiling or roof of the room, ceiling. So for a ceiling we are suspending an object. Suspending it, we are tying an object by using a string here. String, or it may be a rope, it may be a thread, whatever object we take in this case. Here instead of here, this line. So this line indicates a rope or thread or string. So by using a string, we are suspending an object. So due to this object, a force is developed towards its support. Here we are suspending this object to the ceiling. So towards the support, a force will be developed in this string towards the support. So here this force is called tensional force. Tensional force. So this tensional force is in pulling nature. It is also called pull force. Here it is act as a pulling force. Here, pulling force, pulling. If we know that every object has its own weight. Now this weight is acting downwards. If its weight and its shear normal force is balanced, there is no effect to this object which is suspended to this ceiling. Okay. Now frictional force.